Hello, everybody. What's up? What's going on? And welcome to the 39th episode of Raptors in One. This is going to be one of the hardest episodes for me to record just because it's the end of the Raptors postseason journey. Some of us kind of predicted this was going to happen, and some of us had hope. I was definitely one of those who, as hardcore of a fan as I am, I saw this coming, and I saw it coming in Game 6. I knew this was going to happen, and I had my reasons. So yes, I'm going to talk about why I thought the Raptors would drop this game in Game 6, along with some other of my thoughts for the postseason, as well as what the Raptors could do moving forward. So without any further ado, let's get it. So why did I think the Raptors were going to drop this game in Game 6? Well, if history is any indication, coming from a 3-0 deficit is pretty much impossible. No team in the NBA has done it. If we see Nick Nurse's post-game for Game 5, his post-game interview, he did mention that, hey, you know what? If any team can do it, it's got to be this team, right? I got to commend Nick Nurse for his confidence in his team. But I had this feeling, I just went by feeling. I just thought, you know what? As much as Philly was all out of sorts, and as much as Doc Rivers was starting to get PTSD from his past postseason 3-1 series leads, I thought Philly would come out and just close the chapter in Toronto. And that's what happened. It happened in it was a blowout. It was a blowout. How else can I put it? I'm still trying to get over it. I know it's been a couple of days since they lost, but yeah, I gotta say, I am already looking forward to the next season. Just a typical fan, I'm always like, glass is always half full here. But I gotta say, I knew that they weren't gonna win this game. Why did I think that? Obviously because, fatigue. It's a very uphill battle. To win 4 in a row after dropping 3, it is very hard. It is very impossible. And second, obviously, you got to give it to the Philadelphia team, man. Like, yes, in the regular season, we kind of matched well, but this is why postseason is a different animal. All of a sudden, you have certain teams that don't, certain players, that don't show up in the regular season. All of a sudden, that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the postseason, and they shine. With this Philly team, I gotta say, Tyrese Maxey, oh man. I knew even in the regular season he had potential, and I knew that this dude is going to be a scary dude when it comes to the postseason. Surely enough, Tyrese Maxey, oh man, if we could have gotten him in the last trade deadline, we would be seeing a whole different series. We would actually be prepping for Miami. Now, if you guys were checking out my previous videos, like you should have been, by subscribing to my channel, and of course, hitting the thumbs up button and the like button and, the comment section, of course, you would have realized that in my previous video, I had already called the series between Miami and Atlanta. I had already called that Miami Heat was going to advance. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Atlanta has Trae Young and maybe Clint Capella. Maybe I'm forgetting this other guy's name. He was a pretty good player, and I was hoping we would pick him up somehow. We just never got a chance to. If you know what that player's name is, hit the comment section and let me know. Coming back, of course, yes, we would have been waiting for the Miami Heat. We would be prepping for the Miami Heat, and that would have been a series to reckon with. That would have been the most watched series, in my opinion, of course, right? Because there's a lot of narratives going on there with Kyle Lowry being on that team, and in the regular season, how we fought that one game where we had 3 overtimes and we came up on top. That was a playoff feel kind of game in a regular season game. Now, coming back to singing the praises of the Philadelphia 76ers, you know, as much as I hate Joel Embiid, we just didn't have an answer for him. And dude did exactly what he was supposed to do. He was dominant in the paint. He was dominant in the series, period. We just did not have an answer for him. We missed a Marc Gasol. We missed our Serge Ibaka. Those players would have been the answer for Joel Embiid, especially Marc Gasol. Oh man, it is what it is, right? James Harden, he finally came out. He came to ball. He finally did, and he had himself a decent game. You know, Tyrese Maxey. Oh, I can't stop talking about this kid. Tyrese Maxey would have been he's going to be an amazing player moving forward. If you close out on him, he's going to blow by you. If you don't close out on him, he's going to shoot that 3-pointer in your face. How else are you going to guard this kid? Injure him? Maybe, perhaps. But hey, we ain't Joel Embiid. Our culture is not about the Joel Embiid process or the culture, whatever you want to call it. You know, we're not dirty like Joel. We're not dirty like Marcus Smart or Pat Beverly. But, you know, we just keep our head down and, of course, we just bring it. The lunch pail. That's just how our game is. Oh, let's not forget, we're not like James Harden trying to flop, trying to get that call every time. You know, Joel, even you have started to take a page out of James Harden's book. Hey, that's okay. Guess what? You got Miami Heat in the next series. I'm going to talk about Miami Heat in a moment later on in this video. But yeah, you got to hand it to Philly, man. They did. You know, they won the first 2 games. They won the first 3 games. And then, of course, you know, they dropped the next 2 after the 3 for game 4 and 5. And then game 6, you know, we were the first half, we were kind of right there with them. But then the third quarter happened. And if you haven't been following Raptors ball, especially since Nick Nurse took over for the head coaching duties, Nick Nurse always preaches that third quarter is the quarter that you got to control. Not saying that, you know, the fourth quarter isn't important, but the third quarter can pretty much dictate the momentum for the end of the game, right? You control the third quarter, you got this game. That is exactly what Philadelphia did. They took care of the third quarter. Doc Rivers, you got to give it to him. You know, he has exercised those demons of the 3-1 series lead deficit past. He's definitely moved past that. It could have been 3-0, blowing a 3-0 series lead, but nope. His team saved him. He saved his team. Hell, even Joel Embiid, even he has exercised some of his demons of the, of course, with the 2019 championship run. By in game 3 hitting that game winner in the overtime, and then of course finishing the series off at Toronto. So, you know, kudos to Joel Embiid. Sixers fans, congratulations to you guys. Your team has moved forward to them, and they're going to take on the Miami Heat. Now, of course, the Raptors. You know, the only players that really showed up in Game 4, Chris Boucher and Pascal. Pascal had a pretty decent game. Gary Trent tried to do some stuff. I gotta say, Thad Young. Oh, geez, I don't know what happened to him. 0 points in 25 minutes? Oh, that kind of hurt us, right? That's 25 minutes of no production. Now, I'm not taking it away from what else he was doing on the floor, but homie, you gotta put some points on the board. At the end of the day, all that hustle on the court is not going to mean for nothing if you can't put points on the board and win the game, right? Yeah, I'm keeping Thad Young. I'm signing him right back. He can be on a veteran's minimum, and we're keeping him on the roster. He's good. He's good. Chris Boucher, I don't know. I don't know about his future in this team. As much of a bright spot as he's been in the postseason, I don't know if the Raptors are going to want to keep him. And I feel like we could get good value for him just because, he's a good, surprisingly good perimeter defender, obviously, leading the league in most three-pointers blocked. And of course, he's he's a good post presence, crashing the boards, offensive rebounds, hustle player. And of course, he can keep the defense honest when it comes to three-point shooting, right? So, yeah, if I'm the Raptors GM, Bobby Webster, Masai, gotta trade him off. Don't sign him back on. We can't trade him off, but since he's an unrestricted free agent, so he's gotta go. He's gotta go. Let's free up some cap space. Let's get some quality. Who would I get? I'm thinking we need a post presence. I think this series has made it painfully obvious. And if we were to advance to the next round, yes, we would put up a good fight against Miami. But then if we were to face either Boston or Milwaukee, whoever comes out of that series, let's just say if we were to face Milwaukee, we would be hurting in the paint. I mean, yes, boxing one can take you so far, but Giannis has evolved his game. And of course, Chris Middleton would have been back too. That would have been a tough series. And then, of course, with if it was Boston, that Williams 3 guy, he would have just had a field day in the paint with us. So it's painfully obvious we need some good post presence. Now, this post presence, he has got to be the center who is, it will be a bonus if he is a good passer. But we do need a force to reckon with in the center. Somebody kind of like, I guess like a Jared Allen, or even, I can't think of, I'm not going to say Nikola Jokic because he's already spoken for. I know Denver is going to throw the cash at him and he's going to be like, yep, I'm going for Denver. So Nikola Jokic, he's already spoken for. Cat, I don't know. I'm still singing the whole Cat song. Karl Anthony Towns, if we can get him on, that would be nice too. But, I think he's going to come with a big price tag. At this point, we just wait for the unrestricted free agency. Anywho, I'm going to talk more about possible trade scenarios and who or even unrestricted free agents who we could pick up to bolster our roster in another video. But I think this is about it. This is the last episode. This is Raptors in 1. Raptors post game. We're done, baby. We're done the season. Until next season, I'm out. Psych! I'm back. That's right. We ain't finished yet. Now I am rooting for Miami Heat. Let's go Heat. Let's go Heat. Kyle Lowry. Heat's gonna burn up Philly. That's right, baby. I mean, if you thought Philly fans were rough in the Toronto series, wait till the Miami Heat series. Philadelphia 76ers have their work cut out for them. They are going to not only have the pressure of their own home crowd, but they're going to have the pressure of the Miami Heat crowd. And the Miami Heat crowd can get real ruckus, real crazy in the playoffs. Oh, man. And to top that, this is going to be a tough Miami team defense. Oh, man, you guys have your work cut out for us. I am already picking Miami Heat to win this series. I'm saying Miami in 5. I'll give Philly 1 because, I'm sure they'll figure it out that, hey, maybe we could definitely, bang with them in the post. I'm calling Miami in 5. That's right. And when that happens, man, I am cheering for Miami all the way. And only because of Kyle Lowry. the greatest Raptor of all time. The GOAT! That's right. Kyle Lowry, if he could win a championship with the Miami Heat, yes, it's going to sting a little bit. It's going to sting a little bit for the Toronto Raptors, but I would be very happy if Kyle Lowry won a championship with the Heat. I wouldn't be so happy. I don't care too much about Jimmy Butler. You know, I'm a little indifferent with Jimmy Butler. He's kind of, one of those. I could care less about Jimmy Butler, but let's just say I'm indifferent. We'll just leave it at that. I have a lot of respect for PJ Tucker, former Raptor himself. I'm rooting for Miami. Avenge our loss, Larry. You're still a Raptor in our books. Go Heat. Let's go Heat. So before I go off, again, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button. Check out my other content as well. That's right. That's how we jump from the bandwagon. Boom, boom. That's how we do it. But again, it's because of Kyle Lowry, our GOAT. That's the only reason why I would do this. Otherwise, I'm loyal to the Raptors 100. And of course, don't forget this comment section. I would love to hear your comments. Until next time, I'm out.